Good evening and welcome to the sensational Shakespeare Hour. Tonight's episode, Antony and Cleopatra in Space, starring Casey Breneman, Emily Dalton, Julia Robertson, Leena Miller, and Elizabeth Rose, and featuring the marvelous auditory illusions of Stu the Sound Guy. The year is 6282. The interplanetary Martian Empire is influenced by three generals: Octavius Caesar, who dwells on Mars, Mark Antony, who spends his time on Venus, and Pompey, who plots a rebellion against the triumvirate from the asteroid belt. Tensions are high, but Antony pays it no mind, for he is in love with the Queen of Venus, Cleopatra. Our tale begins on that cloudy planet in the grand palace of Cleopatra.
If it be love indeed, tell me how much.
There's beggary in the love that can be reckoned.
I'll set a bourne how far to be beloved.
Then must thou needs find out new heaven, new earth.
Enter a Venusian attendant. News, my good lord, from Mars.
Grates me the sum.
Nay, hear them, Antony. Fulvia perchance is angry, or who knows, if the scarce-spirited Caesar have not sent his powerful mandate to you. Do this, or this. Take in that kingdom and enfranchise that. Perform it, or else we damn thee.
Let Mars and cosmos melt, and the wide arch of the ranged empire fall. Here is my space. The nobleness of life is to do thus.
Excellent falsehood. Why did he marry Fulvia and not love her? Antony, hear the ambassadors.
Fie, wrangling queen, no messenger but thine. And all alone tonight we'll wander through the streets and note the qualities of people. Come, my queen, last night you did desire it. Speak not to us.
Exit our lovers to the streets of Venus. In another chamber of Cleopatra's great palace, we find Charmian, Iras, Alexis, and a mystical soothsayer. Lord Alexis, sweet Alexis, where's the soothsayer that you praised so to the queen?
Soothsayer!
Your will?
Is this a man? Is it you, sir, that knows things?
In nature's infinite book of secrecy, a little I can read.
Good sir, give me good fortune.
Oh, you shall be more beloving than beloved.
I had rather heat my liver with drinking.
And you shall outlive the lady whom you serve.
Oh, excellent. I love long life better than figs.
You have seen and proved a fairer form of fortune than that which is to approach.
Enter Cleopatra.
Are you my lord?
No, lady.
He was disposed to mirth, but on the sudden a Martian thought hath struck him. Charmian, seek him and bring him hither. Where's Alexis?
Here, at your service. My lord approaches.
We will not look upon him. Go with us.
Cleopatra and her train exit. Enter Antony with a messenger.
Ha! From Mercury, ho, the news. Speak there, what are you?
Fulvia, thy wife, is dead.
Where died she?
On Mercury. Her length of sickness with what else more serious, important thee to know, this bears.
Forbear me.
Exit all but Antony.
Well, there's a great spirit gone. Thus I did desire it. What our contempt doth often hurl from us, we wish it ours again. She's good, being gone. The hand could pluck her back that shoved her on. I must from this enchanting queen break off. 10,000 harms more than the ills I know my idleness doth hatch. How now, Enobarbus?
Enter Enobarbus, Antony's most loyal supporter.
What is your pleasure, sir?
I must with haste from hence.
Why then? We kill all of our women. We see how mortal and unkindness is to them if they suffer our departure. Well, just the word.
Fulvia is dead.
Sir?
Fulvia is dead.
Fulvia?
Dead.
Why, sir, give the gods a thankful sacrifice when it pleases their deities to take the wife of a man from him. It shows to tailors of the earth, comforting their end, that when old robes are worn out, there are embers to make new.
The business she hath broached in the state cannot endure my absence.
And the business you have broached here cannot be without you, especially that of Cleopatra's, which wholly depends on your abode.
No more light answers. I shall break the cause of our expedience to the queen, and get her leave to part. The letters, too, of many our contriving friends on Mars petition us at home. Sextus Pompeius hath given the dare to Caesar, and commands the empire of the space. Say, our pleasure to such whose place is under us requires our quick remove from hence.
I shall do it.
Exit Antony and Enobarbus. In another part of the palace, Cleopatra looks for Antony.
Is he?
I did not see him since.
See where he is, who's with him, and what he does. I did not send you. If you find him sad, say I am dancing. If in mirth, report that I am sudden sick. Quick, and return.
Yes, my queen.
Madam, methinks if you did love him dearly, you do not hold the method to enforce the like from him.
Don't teach us like a fool, the way to lose him.
Tempt him not so too far. I wish forbear. In time we hate that which we often fear. But here comes Antony.
Oh, I am sick and sullen.
I am sorry to give breathing to my purpose.
Help me away, dear Charmian, I shall fall.
Now, my dearest queen,
Pray you stand further from me.
What's the matter?
I know by that same eye there's some good news. What says the married woman? You may go. Would she had never given you leave to come.
The gods best know.
Why should I think you can be mine and true, though you in swearing shake the throned gods who have been false to Fulvia?
Most sweet queen,
I pray you seek no color for your going, but bid farewell and go. When you sued staying, then was the time for words. No going then? Eternity was in our lips and eyes, bliss in our brows bent.
Hear me, queen. The strong necessity of time commands our services a while, but my heart remains in use with you. Our Mars shines o'er with civil swords. Sextus Pompeius makes his approaches to Mars. Equality of two domestic powers breeds scrupulous faction. The condemned Pompey, rich in his father's honor, creeps apace into the hearts of such as have not thrived upon the present state whose numbers threaten. And that which most with you should safe my going is Fulvia's death.
Though age from folly could not give me freedom, it does from childishness. Can Fulvia die?
She is dead, my queen.
Oh, most false love. Where be the sacred vials thou shouldst fill with sorrowful water? Now I see, in Fulvia's death how mine received shall be.
No, quarrel no more, but be prepared to know the purposes I bear. I go from hence thy soldier, servant, making peace or war as thou affects.
Cut my lace, Charmian, come. But let it be. I am quickly ill and well, so Antony loves.
My precious queen, forbear and give true evidence to his love, which stands in honorable trial.
So Fulvia told me. I prithee turn aside and weep for her. Then bid adieu to me and say the tears belong to Venus. Could now play one scene of excellent dissembling and let it look life perfect honor.
Will heat my blood no more.
Your sir, forgive me. Your honor calls you hence. Therefore be deaf to my unpitied folly. And all the gods go with you upon your sword. Set laurel victory and smooth success be strewed before your feet.
Let us go. Come. Our separation so abides and flies, that thou residing here goest yet with me, and I, hence fleeing, here remain with thee. Away.
exit our lovers into a clouded future. We now find ourselves on Mars in the home of Octavius Caesar, where he reads a letter with Lepidus.
You may see Lepidus, and henceforth know it is not Caesar's natural vice to hate our great competitor. From Venus, this is the news. He fishes, drinks, and wastes the lamps of night in revel. You shall find there a man who is the abstract of all faults that all men follow.
Excuse me. I must not think there are evils enow to darken all his goodness. His faults in him seem as the sparks of heaven, more fiery by night's blackness, hereditary rather than purchased. Oh, here's some news.
Thy biddings have been done, and every hour, most noble Caesar, shalt have report how 'tis abroad. Pompey is strong in space, and it appears he is beloved of those that have only feared Caesar.
I should have known no less. Oh, Antony, leave thy lascivious wassels. Let his shames quickly drive him to Mars. 'Tis time we twain did show ourselves i' the field. Pompey thrives in our idleness.
What will happen to our heroic Antony on Mars? Can war with Pompey be circumvented? And will our lovers ever meet again? Find out after a brief word from our sponsors.
Has this ever happened to you?
Blow, winds, and crack your cheeks, rage, blow, you cataracts and hurricanes, spout till you have drenched our steeples, drowned your sulphurous thought executing fires, and vault, couriers, to oak leaving thunderbolt, siege my white head.
Then you need King Lear's weatherproofing. Protect your home from the elements, even when your daughters have physically barred you from entry. King Lear's weatherproofing, even a fool could do it.
We now find ourselves on Mars, where Antony and his envoy have just arrived in the home of Lepidus, the second triumvirate of the interplanetary Martian Empire convene.
Welcome to Mars.
Thank you. I learned you take things ill which are not so, or being concern you not. My being on Venus, Caesar, what was to you?
No more than my residing here at Mars might be to you on Venus. Yet, if you there did practice on my state, your being on Venus might be my question.
How intend you practiced?
Your wife and brother made wars upon me, and their contestation was theme for you. You were the word of war.
You do mistake your business. My brother never did urge me in his act. Of this my letters before did satisfy you. If you'll patch a quarrel as matter whole you have not to make it with, it must not be with this.
You have broken the article of your oath, which you shall never have tongue to charge me with.
Soft, Caesar.
No, Lepidus, let him speak. The honor is sacred which he talks on now, supposing that I lacked it. But on, Caesar, the article of my oath.
To lend me arms and aid when I required them, the which you both denied.
Neglected, rather. Truth is that Fulvia, to have me out of Venus, made wars here, for which myself, the ignorant motive, do so far ask pardon, as befits mine honor to stoop in such a case.
'Tis noble spoken.
If it might please you to further enforce no further the griefs between you, if you borrow one another's love for the instant, you may. When you hear no more words of Pompey, return it again. You shall have time to wrangle in it when you have nothing else to do.
Thou art soldier only. Speak no more.
That truth should be silent. I had almost forgot.
I do not much dislike the matter, but the manner of his speech. What cannot be, we shall remain in friendship, our conditions so differing in their acts.
Give me leave, Caesar.
Speak, Agrippa.
Thou hast a sister by the mother's side, admired Octavia. Great Mark Antony is now a widower.
Say not so, Agrippa. If Cleopatra heard you, your reproof were well deserved of rashness.
I am not married. Caesar, let me hear Agrippa further speak.
To hold you in perpetual amity, to make you brothers, and knit your hearts with an unslipping knot. Take Antony, Octavia, to his wife. By this marriage all little jealousies and all great fears would then be nothing.
What power is in Agrippa, if I would say, Agrippa, be it so, to make this good?
The power of Caesar, and his power unto Octavia.
May I never to this good purpose dream of impediment. Let me have thy hand. Further, this act of grace, and from this hour the heart of brothers, govern in our loves and sway our great designs.
There is my hand. A sister I bequeath you, who no brother did ever love so dearly. Let her live to join our kingdoms and our hearts.
Happily, amen.
I did not think to draw my sword gainst Pompey, for he hath laid strange courtesies and great of late upon me. I must thank him only, lest my remembrance suffer ill report. At heel of that, defy him. Where lies Pompey?
About the asteroid belt.
What is his strength by land?
Great and increasing, but in space he is an absolute master.
So is the fame. Ah, would we had spoken together. Haste we for it, yet, ere we put ourselves in arms, dispatch we the business we have talked of.
With most gladness, and do invite you to my sister's view. Whither straight I'll lead you.
With a new bond of brotherhood between them, Caesar delivers his beloved sister Octavia to Antony.
The world and my great office will sometimes divide me from your bosom.
All which time before the gods my knee shall bow my prayers to them for you.
My Octavia, read not my blemishes in the world's report. I have not kept my square, but that to come shall all be done by the rule. Good night, dear lady.
Good night, sir. As Caesar and Octavia take their leave, Antony is approached by a soothsayer traveled from Venus to share an important message.
Oh, now, sirrah, you do wish yourself on Venus.
Would I never come from thence, nor you thither?
If you can, your reason?
I see it in my motion, have it not in my tongue. But yet hie you to Venus again.
Say to me, whose fortune shall rise higher, Caesar's or mine?
Caesar's. Therefore, O Antony, stay not by his side. I deem him is noble, courageous, high, unmatchable, where Caesar's is not. But near him thy angel becomes a fear, as being overpowered. Therefore, make space enough between you.
Get thee gone. Oh, be it art or hap, he hath spoken true. The very dice obey him. I will to Venus, and though I make this marriage for my peace, in the east my pleasure lies.
We now return to Venus, where Cleopatra reclines in luxury.
Give me some music, moody food of us that trade in love.
Enter a messenger.
Oh, from Mars, ram thou thy fruitful tidings in mine ears that long time have been barren.
Madam,
Antonius dead. Oh, if thou say so, villain, thou killedst thy mistress. But well and free, if thou so yield him, there is gold. And here, my bluest veins to kiss.
First, madam, he is well.
Why, there's more gold. But, sirrah, mark, we used to say the dead are well. Bring it to that. The gold I give thee will I melt and pour down thy ill-uttering throat.
Good madam, hear me.
I have a mind to strike thee ere thou speakest. Yet, if thou say Antony lives, is well, or friends with Caesar, or not captive to him, I'll set thee in a shower of gold, and hail rich pearls upon thee.
Madam, he is well.
Well said.
And friends with Caesar.
Thou art an honest man.
Caesar and he are greater friends than ever.
Oh, make thee a fortune from me.
But, madam,
I do not like, but yet it does allay the good precedence. Prithee, friend, pour out the pack of matter to mine ear. He's friends with Caesar, in a state of health, and thou sayest free.
free, madam, no, I made no such report. He's bound into Octavia.
For what good turn?
For the best turn in bed.
I am pale, Charmian?
Madam, he is married to Octavia.
The most infectious pestilence upon thee!
Good madam, patience.
What say you? Hence, horrible villain, or I'll unhair thy head. Thou shalt be whipped with wire and stewed in brine. Smarting in lingering pickle.
Gracious madam, I that too bring the news. Made not the match.
Fate is not so. A province I will give thee and make thy fortunes proud.
Was married, madam.
Rogue, thou hast lived too long.
Say then, I'll run.
Keep yourself within yourself. The man is innocent.
Some innocent scape not the thunderbolt. Melt Venus into nitrogen. Call the messenger again. Though I am mad, I will not bite him. Call. Come hither, sir. Though it be honest, it is never good to bring bad news. Give to a gracious message.
I have done my duty.
Is he married? I cannot hate thee worser than I do if thou again say yes.
He's married, madam.
The gods confound thee! Dost thou stand there still?
Should I lie, madam?
Oh, I would thou wouldst. So half my Venus were submerged and made a cistern for scaled snakes. He is married.
No offense that I would not offend you. To punish me for what you make me do seems much unequal. He is married to Octavia.
Oh, that his fault should make a knave of thee, that art not what thou'rt sure of. Get thee hence!
We leave the seething Cleopatra to find Antony and Caesar aboard Pompey's mighty spacecraft, exchanging pleasantries with the rebel before the next day's battle. Your hostages I have, so you have mine, and we shall talk before we fight.
Most meet that first we come to words, and therefore have we our written purposes before us sent, which, if thou hast considered, let us know if 'twill tie up thy discontented sword.
Thou canst not fear us, Pompey, with thy ships. We'll speak with thee in space. At land thou knowst how much we do o'ercount thee.
At land, indeed, thou dost o'ercount me of my father's house, but since the cuckoo builds not for himself, remain in it as thou mayst.
Be pleased to tell us, for this is from the present, how you take the offers we have sent you.
You made me offer of Phobos, Deimos, and I must rid us of space pirates.
That's our offer.
No, then I came before you here, a man prepared to take this offer. Let me have your hand. I did not think, sir, to have met you here.
The beds of the east are soft. And thanks to you that called me timelier than my purpose hither, for I have gained by it.
Thus we are agreed. I crave our composition may be written and sealed between us.
That's the next to do.
We'll feast each other ere we part, and let's draw lots who shall begin. But first or last, your fine Venusian cookery shall have the fame. I heard that Julius Caesar grew fat with feasting there.
You have heard much.
Aboard my ship, I invite you all. Come. With the triumvirate set on war, who will win the imminent space battle? Will Antony return to Cleopatra? Stay tuned to find out. the neighborhood, mulling the death of my father, and I couldn't help but notice the buzzing sound coming from your backyard. Should I add a wasp infestation to my ever-growing list of concerns?
Don't be silly, those aren't wasps, they're bees.
Bees?
Honeybees. What, with all my time during the pandemic, I decided to start honey farming.
Why, you must have nearly shuffled off this mortal coil trying to catch all those bees.
Not so, I had them delivered straight to my home.
Wow. You know, that actually sounds like a lot of fun.
Then why don't you get some honeybees for yourself?
That's a good question. To be or not to be? Honeybees delivered directly to your home.
Something is sweet in the state of Denmark.
Welcome back to Antony and Cleopatra in space. When we last left off, Antony and Caesar were preparing for battle with Pompey. Now we find Antony's soldier Ventidius celebrating a remarkable victory over the villainous rebel.
Now, Dalton, Parthia, art thou struck, and now, pleased fortune, does of Marcus Crassus's death make me a revenger. Bear the king's son's body before our army.
Noble Ventidius, while yet with Parthian blood thy throat is warm. The fugitive Parthians follow, spur through medium as year 81, and the shelters wither, the routed fly, so that Grand Captain Antony shall set thee on triumphant chariots and put garlands on thy head.
With Pompey vanquished, we turn to Mars to find Caesar and Octavia exchanging tearful goodbyes as she departs with Antony for Mercury.
No further, sir.
You take from me a great part of myself. Use me well in't. Sister, prove yourself a wife as my thoughts make thee. Most noble Antony, let not the piece of virtue which is set betwixt us as the cement of our love to keep it builded, be the ram to batter the fortress of it.
Make me not offended in your distrust. You shall not find the least cause for what you seem to fear. We will here part.
Farewell, my dearest sister, and make thy spirits all of comfort. Fare thee well.
My noble brother.
Sweet Octavia.
Come, sir, come. I'll wrestle with you in my strength of love. Look, here I have you. Thus I let you go and give you to the gods.
Adieu. Be happy.
Farewell.
Shortly thereafter, on Mercury, Antony learns of Caesar's hostile actions towards his claim of the interplanetary Martian Empire and begins to prepare for war. He gives Octavia permission to return to Mars to quell the new feud.
Nay, Octavia, not only that, but he hath waged new wars against Pompey, denied me rivality, would not let me partake in the glory of the action, and spoke scantly of me. Most narrow measure lent me.
Oh, my good lord, a more unhappy lady ne'er stood between praying for both parts. When I shall pray, oh, bless my lord and husband, undo that prayer by crying out just aloud, oh, bless my brother. No midway twixt these extremes at all.
Gentle Octavia, let your best love draw you to that point which seeks best to preserve it. In the meantime, lady, I'll raise the preparation of a war shall stain your brother. Make your soonest haste. Soon your desires are yours.
On Venus, Cleopatra waits with Enobarbus to be reunited with her lover Antony, who is discussing military strategy.
I will be even with thee, doubt it not.
But why? Why? That hath forsook.
Thou hast forspoke my being in these wars, and sayest it is not fit.
Well, is it? Is it?
If not denounced against us, why should we not be there in person?
Your presence needs must puzzle Antony. He is already transduced for levity.
Speak not against it. I will not stay behind.
Enter Antony and Canidius.
Is it not strange, Canidius, that from Tarentum he could so quickly cut the Ionian space and take in Toyrene? Oh, you have heard on it, sweet.
Celerity is never more admired than by the negligent.
Aye, a good rebuke. Canidius, we will fight with him in space.
In space. What else?
Why will my lord do so?
For that he dares us to it.
So hath my lord dared him to a single fight.
Aye, and to wage this battle in the asteroid belt, where Caesar fought with Pompey. But these offers, which serve not for his vantage, he shakes off.
Oh, your
And so should you.
ships are so well manned. Your pilots are mutineers in Caesar's fleet, are those that often have gained Pompey fought. No disgrace shall fall you for refusing him in space. Be prepared for land.
In space, in space.
Most worthy sword, most worthy. You therein throw away the absolute soldiership you have by land.
I'll fight in space.
I have 60 spaceships. Caesar, none better.
Our overplus of shipping will we burn, and with the rest full manned, from the head of Orion beat the approaching Caesar. But if we fail, we then can do it at land. We'll to our ship. Away, my Selene!
With preparations set, the space battle for control of the interplanetary Martian Empire begins.
Not, all not. I can behold no longer the Antonoid, that others have been admiral with all their 60 fly and turn the rudder to see thine mine eyes are blasted.
Gods and goddesses, all the whole synod of them. The greater cantle of the world is lost with very ignorance. We have kissed away kingdoms and provinces.
Here's this fight.
Yon ribalded Venus, in the midst of the fight, when vantage like a pair of twins appeared, hoists sails and flies. She once being aloof, the noble mad ruin of her magic Antony, like a doting mallard, leaving the fight in height, flies after her. I never saw an action of such shame. To Caesar will I render my legions and my horse. My kings already show me the way of yielding.
I'll yet follow the wounded chance of Antony, though my reason sits in the wind against me.
In the wake of a disastrous space battle, Antony laments his defeat.
Hark, the land bids me tread no more upon it. It is ashamed to bear me. I am so lated in the world that I have lost my way forever. I have fled myself and have introduced cowards to run and show their shoulders.
Enter a remorseful Cleopatra.
Oh, fie, whither hast thou led me, Venus?
Oh, my lord, forgive my fearful ships. I little thought you would have followed.
Venus, thou knewst too well my heart was to thy rudder tied by the strings, and thou shouldst tow me after.
Oh, my pardon.
Now I must to the young man send humble treaties. You did know how much you were my conqueror, and that my sword, made weak by my affection, would obey it on all cause.
Oh, pardon.
Oh, God, here I stay. One of them rates all. That is one and last. Give me a kiss. Even this repays me. Caesar sits down on Venus, where I will oppose his fate. Our force by land hath nobly held. Our severed fleet too will knit again, and fleet, threatening most space-like. Ah, where hast thou been, my heart? Dost thou hear, lady? If from the field I shall return once more to kiss these lips, I will appear in blood. I and my sword will earn our chronicle. There's hope in it yet.
There's my brave lord.
Come, let's have one other gaudy night. Call to me all my sad captains. Fill our bowls once more. Let's mock the midnight bell.
It is my birthday. I had thought to have held it poor, but since my lord is Antony again, I will be Cleopatra.
Wow.
Everyone retires for further strategizing, with the exception of Enobarbus.
Now he'll outstare the lightning. To be furious is to be frightened out of fear, and I see still a diminution of our captain's brain restores his heart. Oh, when valor preys on reason, it eats the sword it fights with. I will seek some way to leave him.
Will Antony defeat the terrible Octavius in face-to-face combat? Will the interplanetary Martian Empire be restored, or will it fall to ruin in the wake of such terrible space wars? Find out after a word from our sponsors.
Well, hey there, Leontes. You look sad.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, come on, pal. You know I'm always here for you.
Oh, my foolishness and my foolishness and my jealousies wrought the loss of my daughter and my wife, and I will never recover from my shame.
Oh, geez, that's rough. I think you could use a drink.
No, I don't think any amount of drink will atone for my follies.
And I know just the place. Exit, pursued by beer.
Exit? Pursued by beer?
It's the best craft brewery in all of Bohemia. They've got everything. Shall I compare thee to a summer's shandy? Brevity is the soul of wit beer. Stout and fury. And ale, the world, the stage, and much more.
Well, that won't bring my family back. But the wit beer does sound good.
Exit, pursued by beer. If lagers be the brew of fun, drink on.
In the space between Mars and Venus, Octavius rests in his spaceship, taking a moment to mock Antony's challenge to one-on-one combat.
He calls me boy and chides, as he had the power to beat me out of Venus, dares me to personal combat Caesar. To Antony, let the old ruffian know I have many other ways to die. Meantime, laugh at his challenge.
Give him no breath, but now make boot of his distraction. Never anger make good guard for itself.
Let our best heads know that tomorrow, the last of many battles we mean to fight, within our files there are of those that served Mark Antony but late, enough to fetch him in. See it done?
On Venus, Antony prepares for space battle with Octavius. As the interstellar onslaught approaches, a soldier reveals some distressing news concerning his friend Enobarbus.
The gods make this a happy day to Antony.
Wouldst thou and those thy scars had once prevailed to make me fight at land?
Hast thou done so? The kings that have revolted and the soldier that was this morning left thee, would have still followed thy heels.
Who's gone this morning?
Who? One ne'er for call for Enobarbus. He shall not hear thee.
What sayest thou?
Sir, he is with Caesar.
Is he gone?
Most certain.
Go, send his treasure after. Do it. Detain no jot, I charge thee. Write him. Say that I wish he never find more cause to change a master. Dispatch. Enobarbus!
In the camp of Octavius, Enobarbus comes to understand the magnitude of his choice to desert Antony.
Alexis did revolt and went to Titan on affairs of Antony. There did persuade great Herod to incline himself to Caesar and leave his master Antony. Oh, I have done ill, of which I do accuse myself so sorely that I will joy no more.
Enobarbus, Antony hath after all thee sent all thy treasure with his bounty overplus.
I give it to you.
Mock not, Enobarbus, I tell you true. I must attend mine office, or would have done it myself. Your emperor continues still a Jove.
I am alone, the villain of Venus, and feel I am so most. Oh, Antony, this blows my heart. I will go seek some ditch wherein to die. The foulest best fits my lander part of life.
As Enobarbus ponders his cowardice, the battle between Antony and Octavius begins. Oh, my brave emperor, this is fought indeed. Had we done so at first, we had driven them home with clouds above their heads.
They do retire. I will reward thee once for thy sprightly comfort and tenfold for thy good valor. Come thee on.
Safely within the walls of Cleopatra's temple, Antony celebrates his first victory over Octavius. Meanwhile, in the darkest depths of Octavius' ship, two soldiers find Enobarbus reckoning with his treason to dire results.
If we be not relieved within this hour, we must return to the corps de garde.
This last day was a shrewd one, too.
Oh, bear witness, knight.
What man is this?
Stand.
Enlist him.
Be witness to me, thou blessed stars. When men revolted shall upon record bear hateful memory. For poor Enobarbus did before thy face repent.
Enobarbus?
Peace. Hark further.
O sovereign mistress of true melancholy, the poisonous damp of night desponge upon me that life, a very rebel to my will, may hang no longer on me. O Antony, nobler than my revolt is infamous. Forgive me in thine own particular, but let the world rank me in register a master leaver and a fugitive. Oh, Antony, Antony.
Let's speak to him.
Let's hear him, for the things he speaks may concern Caesar.
Let's do so, but he sleeps.
Awake, sir, awake. Speeches.
Hear you, sir.
The hand of death hath wrought him.
Come on then, he may recover yet. Still basking in the glory of his military victory, Antony prepares to watch his space fleet fight one last battle with the Martians. Unfortunately, the tide swiftly turns against his favor as all his spaceships desert to Octavius.
All is lost. This foul Venusian hath betrayed me. My fleet hath yielded to the foe, triple-turned whore. 'Tis thou hast sold me to this novice. Betrayed I am, this false soul of Venus.
Enter Cleopatra.
Ah, thou spell, avaunt!
Why is my lord enraged against his love?
Banish, or I shall give thee thy deserving and blemish Caesar's triumph. Let him take thee and hoist thee up to the shouting plebeians, and let patient Octavia plow thy visage up with her prepared nails.
Oh, Antony!
'Tis well thou'rt gone, if it be well to live. But better 'twere thou fell'st into my fury, for one death might have prevented many. The witch shall die. To the young Martian boy she hath sold me, and I fall under this plot. She dies for it.
In despair, Cleopatra asks Charmian to reconcile her relationship with Antony through drastic measures.
Help me, my women. Oh, he is more mad than Telamon for his shield.
To the chamber, there. Lock yourself and send him word you are dead. The soul and body rive not more in parting than greatness going off.
to the chamber. Tell him I have slain myself. Say that the last word I spoke was Antony. And word it prithee piteously. Hence, Charmian, and bring me how he takes my death. To the chamber!
From another room, Antony continues to stew, unaware of his lover's deception. Enter Charmian. Sir, word from Venus.
Oh, thy vile lady. She has robbed me of my sword.
No, Antony, my mistress loved thee, and her fortunes mingled with thine entirely.
She hath betrayed me, and shall die the death.
Death of one person can be paid but once, and that she has discharged. The last she spoke was, Antony, most noble Antony. Then in the midst of a tearing groan did break the name of Antony. It was divided between her heart and her lips. She rendered life thy name so buried in her.
Dead then?
Dead.
Go, Charmian. The long day's task is done, and we must sleep. I will retake thee, Cleopatra, and weep for my pardon. Come, Eros. Eros!
What woods, my lord?
Since Cleopatra died, I have lived in such dishonor that the gods detest my baseness. Thou art sworn, Eros, that when I should see behind me the inevitable prosecution of disgrace and horror, that on my command, thou then wouldst kill me. Do it. The time has come.
The gods withhold me?
Eros! Wouldst thou be windowed in great Mars and see thy master thus with pleached arms, his face subdued to penetrative shame, whilst the wheeled seat of fortunate Caesar drawn before him branded his baseness that ensued?
I would not see it.
Come, then, for with a wound I must be cured.
Turn from me then. That noble countenance wherein the worship of the whole world lies. My sword is drawn.
Then let it do at once the thing why thou hast drawn it.
Farewell, great chief. Shall I strike now?
Now, Eros.
Why there then? Thus I do escape the sorrow of Antony's death.
Thrice nobler than myself. Thou teachest me, O valiant Eros, what I should and thou couldst not do. I will be a bridegroom in my death and run into it as to a lover's bed. Come, then. And Eros, thy master dies thy scholar to do thus. I learned of thee. How? Not dead. Not dead? Oh, dispatch me.
Where's Antony?
Art thou there, Diomed? Draw thy sword and give me sufficing strokes for death.
Most absolute lord, my mistress Cleopatra sent me to thee.
When did she send thee?
Now, my lord.
Where is she?
Locked in a chamber. She had a prophesizing fear of what hath come to pass. For when she saw you did suspect she had disposed with Caesar, she sent you word she was dead, but fearing how it might work, hath sent me to proclaim the truth, and I am come, I dread, too late.
Too late, Diomed! Bear me, good friends, where Cleopatra bides. 'Tis the last service that I shall command you.
Antony is taken away to Cleopatra, who laments this cruel twist of fate.
How now, is he dead?
His death's upon him, but he's not dead.
Oh, Antony, help, Charmian, help, Iras, help, friends. Let's draw him hither.
I'm dying, Venus, dying only. I hear importune death a while, until of many thousand kisses, the poor last I lay upon thy lips.
Antony, die where thou hast lived. Quicken with kissing, had my lips had that power, thus would I wear them out.
One word, sweet queen, none about Caesar trust, but Proculeius.
Noblest of men would die. Hast thou no care of me? Shall I abide in this dull world, which in thy absence is no better than a sty? Oh, see, my women, The crown of Mars doth melt. My lord, oh, withered is the garland of the war. The soldier's pole is fallen. There is nothing left remarkable beneath the visiting moon. My noble girls, women, look, our lamp is spent. It's out. Good sirs, take heart, we'll bury him, and then what's brave, what's noble, let's do it after the high Martian fashion, and make death proud to take us. Women, come, we have no friend, but resolution and the briefest end.
Our story comes to its conclusion right after this message. It sure is cold outside.
And I thought last winter I was discontent.
I want to use my backyard, but I can only wear so many scarves at once.
Oh, what if we got a fire pit?
Too expensive. And where would we get the wood?
Oh, we could always steal from Burnham Wood or Arden State Park.
No, there has to be a better way.
Perhaps I can help.
Richard the Third?
It is I, and when I am not determined to prove villain, I sell outdoor heating supplies.
Wow, that's just what we needed.
And the best part is, it won't cost you your kingdom or your horse.
Richard's space heaters. Winter made glorious summer.
On Octavius's warship, Octavius learns of the death of his rival.
What art thou that darest appear thus to us?
I am called Dercetas. Mark Antony I served. I wore my life to spend upon his haters.
What is thou sayest?
I say, O Caesar, Antony is dead.
The breaking of so great a thing should make a greater crack. The death of Antony is not a single doom. In the name lay a moiety of the world.
He is dead, Caesar, not by a public minister of justice, nor by a hired knife, but that self-hand which writ his honor in the axe it did.
Oh, Antony, I have followed thee to this. But yet let me lament that thou, my brother, my competitor in top of all design, my mate in empire, friend, and companion in the front of war, that our stars, unreconcilable, should divide our equalness to this. Come hither, Proculeius. Go to Cleopatra and say, we purpose her no shame. Go, and with your Speedius, bring us what she says and how you find of her.
Caesar, I shall.
We return to Venus for the last time to find Proculeius greeting a grieving Cleopatra.
Caesar sends greeting to the Queen of Venus, and bids thee study on what fair demands thou meanst to have him grant thee.
What's thy name?
My name is Proculeius.
Antony did tell me of you, bade me trust you, but I do not greatly care to be deceived that have no use for trusting. If your master would have a queen his beggar, you must tell him that majesty to keep decorum must no less beg than a kingdom. If he please to give me conquered Venus for my son, he gives me so much of mine own as I will kneel to him in thanks.
Be of good cheer. You're fallen into a princely hand. Fear nothing. Make your full reference freely to my lord, and let me report to him your sweet decency, and you shall find a conqueror that will pray in aid for kindness where he for grace is kneeled to.
Pray you tell him I am his fortune's vassal, and I send him the greatness he has got. I hourly learn a doctrine of obedience, and would gladly look him in the face.
This I'll report, dear lady.
You see how easily she may be surprised.
Suddenly, 2 guards enter through the queen's great window and, taking her by surprise, apprehend Cleopatra.
Guard her till Caesar come. Royal Queen!
Oh, Cleopatra, thou art taken queen.
Quick, quick, good hands!
Lovely lady, hold. Do not abuse my master's bounty by the undoing of yourself.
Where art thou, death? Come hither, come and take a queen, worthy of many begs and beggars!
Oh, temperance, lady!
Sir, I will eat no meat, I'll not drink, sir. If idle talk will once be necessary, I'll not sleep neither. This mortal house I'll ruin. Do Caesar what he can, rather ditch on Venus be gentle grave unto me!
Enter Octavius Caesar.
Which is the Queen of Venus?
Behold, sir.
Emperor, madam.
Arise, you shall not kneel. I pray you, rise, rise, Venus.
Sir, the gods will have it thus. My master and my lord, I must obey.
Take to you no hard thoughts. The record of what injuries you did us, though written in our flesh, we shall remember as things but done by chance. If you apply yourself to our intents, which towards you are most gentle, you shall find a benefit in this change, for we intend so to depose you as yourself shall give us counsel. Feed and sleep. Our care and pity is so much upon you that we remain your friend. And so adieu.
My master and my lord.
Not so. Adieu.
He words me, girls, he words me, that I should not be noble to myself.
Where is the queen?
Behold, sir.
Madam, as thereto sworn by your command, I tell you this. Caesar, through Mars intends his journey, and within 3 days, you with your children will he send before. Make your best use of this. I have performed your pleasure and my promise.
I shall remain your debtor.
Adieu, good queen. I must attend on Caesar.
Farewell, and thanks. Now, Iris, what thinkst thou? Thou, a Venusian puppet, shalt be shown on Mars, as well as I, mechanic slaves with greasy aprons, rules, and hammers shall uplift us to view.
The gods forbid.
'Tis most certain, Iris. The quick comedians extemporally will stage us and present our Alexandrian revels. Antony shall be brought drunken forth, and I shall see some squeaking Cleopatra boy my greatness in the posture of a whore.
I'll never see it, for I'm sure my nails are stronger than mine eyes.
Why, that's the way to fool their preparation and to conquer their most absurd intents. Now, Charmian, show me my women like a queen. Go fetch my best attires. I am again for Cygnus to meet Mark Antony. Bring our crown and all. Wherefore's this noise?
Here is a rural fellow that would not be denied your highness' presence. He brings you figs.
Let him come in. Hast thou the pretty worm of Nilus there, that kills and pains not?
Truly I have him, but I would not be the party that should desire you to touch him, for his biting is immortal. Those that do die of it, 'tis seldom or never recover.
Rememberest thou any that have died on't?
There are many. Men and women too. I heard of one of them no longer than yesterday. Truly she makes a very good report. The worm is an odd worm.
Get thee hence. Farewell.
I wish you all the joy of the worm.
Farewell. Iris, give me my robe. Put on my crown. Immortal longings in me. Methinks I hear Antony call, "Husband, I come." Now to that name my courage prove my title. I am fire and air. My other elements I give to baser life. So have you done. Come then, and take the last warmth of my lips. Farewell, kind Charmian, Iras, long farewell. Come now, thou mortal wretch. With thy sharp teeth, this knot intrinsicate of life at once untie. Poor venomous fool, be angry and dispatch.
Oh, Eastern Star!
Peace, peace. Dost thou not see my baby at my breast that sucks the nurse asleep? As sweet as balm, as soft as air, as gentle. Oh, Antony, what should I stay?
In this vile world, so fare thee well.
Where is the queen?
Speak softly, wake her not.
Caesar hath,
Too slow a messenger. Oh, come, apace, dispatch. Oh, I partly feel thee.
What work is here, Charmian? Is this well done?
It is well done, and fitting for a princess descended of so many royal kings. Oh, soldier.
Oh, sir, you are too sure an augurer. That you did fear is done.
Bravest at the last. She levelled at our purposes, and being royal, took her own way. The manner of their deaths, I do not see them bleed.
This is a worm's trail, and these figs have slime upon them, such as the slimy leaves upon the caves of the Nile.
Most probable that so she died. Take up her bed, and bear her women from the monument. She shall be buried by her Antony. No grave upon the earth shall clip in it a pair so famous. Our army shall in solemn show attend this funeral. And then to Mars. Come, Proculeius, see high order in this great solemnity.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the sensational Shakespeare Hours interplanetary production of Antony and Cleopatra in Space, starring Casey Breneman, Emily Dalton, Julia Robertson, Leena Miller, and Elizabeth Rose. Foley effects by Sam Terry. And narration by Elizabeth Rose. Thank you and good night.